what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Corcoran Entertainment Show. I'm your host, Frankie Corcoran, coming at you on a Friday. Frankie, what's going on? You crapped the bed. You're not here on Thursday. Well, better late than never. So we got a great one too. So hopefully the wait was worth it. Thank you guys for as always listening to the podcast. If this is your first time here and you're here for Amanda and James but don't know what this podcast is, be sure to give us a nice little review rating. Follow it, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts at. And so that's just very excited about our show today. As I mentioned, Amanda and James, they are a CMA Ontario nominated duo who have a new single out right now as we speak. It was originally in the conversation we talk, it was supposed to come out yesterday. This episode was supposed to come out yesterday, but it's coming out today. So we're talking about it as if the single's coming out the following day, but it's actually now. So February 6th today. So just in case anybody's confused when you're listening to it. So Comeback. It's a chapter closing, door locking, don't text me at 3 a.m. breakup anthem. Written by Sam Davio, Ali Dutton, and Joey DePaiva. I'm sorry if I butchered that. And be sure to listen to that, guys, wherever you listen to your music, Apple Music, Spotify, wherever it is. Great conversation with these guys. These two were an absolute delight, and it's one of those duos that you talk to, and you can really feel the chemistry. You know, we talk about that in the interview. Is that you can really feel the chemistry between these two, and that these guys were really a great fit to be working together in this industry. So very excited to have had the opportunity to chat with them. Hopefully you guys enjoy the conversation. Be sure to follow them. We're going to put their, they're actually going on tour. So we're going to put the link in the episode description to where you can keep up to date with their tour dates and all that good stuff. So be sure to go show some support to them if you happen to be in those areas. So without further ado, guys, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the podcast today. All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Corcoran Entertainment Show. I am your host, Frankie Corcoran, and today I am joined by a dynamic duo, CMA Ontario nominated duo at that. They have a new single coming out called Comeback, releases tomorrow. We're pre-recording this, so it's kind of interesting. I'm like, wait, it's coming out tomorrow, really? At the time of this recording, tomorrow, it'll be out February 6th. Very excited to have them on here today. First off, I have James Downham. James, how are you?
I am fantastic. How are you doing, Frankie?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. And then we also have Amanda Kind. Amanda, how are you?
I'm doing okay, except I'm a little jealous of James. He's doing this interview from Mexico, and I'm doing it from the depths of the snow in Ontario.
Oh,
Decisions. You could be here too.
I will be.
Well, hey, we just had a big snowstorm yesterday. We just had 25 centimeters. So I'm on Amanda's side for that one. Sorry, James. I'm kind of pissed at you.
I hear you.
Oh, well, I can't say I blame you at all. I'm always just, I love Canada, don't get me wrong, but then there's lots of times, I mean, you guys can probably attest to it. James can definitely attest to this because that's why he's in Mexico right now to get away from the cold. But there are definitely some days that I'm just like, why do I live here? You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness. I grew up in British Columbia, so like it's like the California of Canada. And I'm still surprised by the amount of snow we get here in Ontario now and I've lived here for quite a while. Like you said, I love being Canadian, but I do not love 4 weeks of getting hammered by snow.
No, Canada is awesome. February in Canada is cold and snowy, and so that's a good time to not be there. So that's a decision I made a long time ago, and we like to travel and get away a little bit from the winter, yeah.
No, exactly. But I mean, it's also good. You guys also have a couple shows coming up as well too in Mexico, right here. So it's sorry if I butchered these names here, but on February 16th and February 19th, you guys are going to be playing Puerto Aventuras, Mexico, Natiburo. Did I say that right?
Yeah, the Naughty Burrow, as it's called. Yeah, and I'm down here for a little while, so I'm going to play a show even before that, kind of try to warm up the crowd and get people excited about Amanda's arrival. And yeah, we're going to do a fun Amanda and James show and play some of our songs, some of our duo stuff, some of our solo stuff that we did before we hooked up as a duo. And so that'll be fun, but I'm really excited about our show on the 19th, which is our Time of My Life, the Greatest Duets in Concert show that we're going to put on with some of the big duets from the decades. It'll be lots of fun.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Speaking of the Time of My Life thing, first off, guys, you guys got to go check out on YouTube. Amanda and James do a almost like a country style cover of the Time of My Life, which I just got to say, guys, props to you guys. That was a fantastically done. Everything about it was so good. The video, the song itself, it's always when you hear a different spin or a cover of a song, like a beloved song, it's always really, really, there's some of them that work. Some of them you're like, no, that doesn't belong in that.
It's a dangerous
Style.
choice to try for sure.
It is, yeah.
But I really admire how you guys did it because Time of My Life worked so well in that way. It's kind of interesting. If you had told me like before that, oh yeah, we're gonna do Time of My Life country version, I'd be like, huh, we'll see how that works. And then here it is, and it works. I mean, like if you told me that, if someone told me they were gonna cover that song in like a rap style version, I'd be like, okay, that doesn't really work. But in this case, it really, really worked. How'd that all come about? That whole deciding to do that song, and then the whole production process behind the video and all that.
We've been singing that song live just as part of our set before we ever thought about recording it, and people responded to it in a way that I would consider to be like wild. Like we would do it with like a country bent because that's what our band is like and that's how we sing. And people would come up to us after the show and say, "You got to release that. It's so great." People would get up and literally dance. It was such a strong reaction to our version of it that we were like, okay, maybe we do make the audacious choice of releasing our own version of it, which, is a kind of a risky move. As you said, like it's an iconic song. Everybody knows it. And then when we released it, it also got a lot of positive response. And so then we started saying, what about other duets that we cover? I wonder if we make a whole show out of it. It developed so organically. And then the first time we put the show on, Time of My Life, the Greatest Duets in Concert, it like sold really well and people seemed to have an awesome time. And before we knew it, we were kind of talking with other venues about picking it up. So it feels like it kind of evolved gradually.
I will say, going back to how this song got recorded, the production of it, that cover version, we actually tried a few different things in the studio. And as Amanda said, it's kind of a dangerous thing. If you take an iconic song that people really love, your two choices are you remain somewhat faithful to the way it was delivered originally, or you do something completely different. And we tried some completely different things that we just felt didn't really work too well. And then so we made the decision, okay, you know what? I think what we're going to do is we're going to put our country spin on it, but try to keep the elements that if you were familiar with the song and there are parts of the song that you love, you're likely to love the version that we did. And I'm glad we went that way because it's different enough, it's interesting enough, and yet there's no denying what song it is. People don't have to guess or think that it's just a crazy out of left field version of it. I think we kind of respected what was there, but tried to do something original with it too at the same time. I hope that's how it came across.
And it's fun to sing for us. Like it's a blast.
Yes, no, like we always have those one songs, one of the big ones here in Canada, of course, is soon as like Heave Away comes on in a bar, everybody, no matter where you are in the bar, if you're just getting ready to leave, you come right back and you start singing and dancing. Or Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy is
Right.
one too for me. I'm like, all right, guys, it's time to go home. Whatever. Walk out the door, and then you hear dun 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 dun, and then it's like that Joe Biden meme where he turns around and smiles. I'm like, that's me. When I'm leaving and Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy comes on, that's always, and same, time of my life. It's one of those ones that, were you nervous at all before it released? Like, you did it and you're like, I feel good about this. Were you worried about what are people going to say about it? Are people going to say you guys butcher this? Are they going to say they loved it? Like, what are the thoughts kind of going through your head before it came out?
I mean, I think we also tried not to take it too seriously. That's why we did the video. Like, the video is a bit comedic. I don't know if you watched all the way to the end, but like James has got his hands in the air like he's about to catch me. And like there's a good like me going absolutely not, and there's no way I'm doing that lift. I have a really good friend who's is a former Miss Dance Canada, Christine Watson, and so she's the dancer in that video with her husband, and like we tried to like make it lighthearted and fun, and like we're paying homage to the song, but we're also, it's a cheesy song, but in the best way.
Yeah.
No, exactly. And it was such a nice spin on it, as I said, like, and it's always really, really good to see that, like, these old songs, yes, it's good to mix in some new ones. Yes, it's good to, put new stuff out there for people to say, so then that way they're not, oh, I've heard this a million times. But at the end of the day, you can't deny some of those songs, Time of My Life, Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, those types of songs, it gets people going, especially when you're doing it live too. Like, if you're doing a song and the crowd's not really jiving with it, you're like, this place, it feels like we're performing at a wake or a funeral or something. And then you got to find that one song that you're just like, okay, this is really people are gonna start singing and dancing and everything. Do you guys kind of have another go-to, like when you're performing and you're like, the crowd's not really paying attention, let's liven this place up? Is there a go-to that you guys normally go for?
Well, I think if we want to, wake the crowd up and get them to just take notice, I think one that Amanda just kills is Shallow. Like, if you want to hear some killer vocals, like that makes people like be like, hold on a second, what's happening up there? So that's
so nice of you to say to me. I mean, that's like a slow song for sure that people pay attention to. And as soon as you hear the opening guitar riff of Shallow, people know exactly what song it is. And then they pay attention because they know what's coming in the vocal. For us, I actually think we're lucky that we have an original song of ours that people really tend to like rev up to, which is called Another Round. And so when we play Another Round, people seem to want to get up and dance. And so if the crowd seems like they need a bit of a boost, we usually push Another Round up in the set. And it tends to have the desired effect of bringing people out. Or we go way throwback and we go Islands in the Stream by Dolly and Kenny. And that seems to like make people feel nostalgic and want to dance as well. And then if we want to slow it down, we also do Need You Now by Lady A, and people seem to love that song. And so anytime we bring any of those songs out, it tends to grab people's attention, which is fun.
Wagon Wheel, is that one too that you just go for?
It is not in our set, but it certainly could be, given how much we love harmony.
I'll play that next week in Port Aventuras when I do a solo show. So that does get the crowd going. It's just we don't have it in our set together, but
at least not yet.
I was gonna say, so that's every single, like, if it's a karaoke night or whatever it is, Wagon Wheel's always in the list. Another one that's not really like a party song, but it's just one that it gets people going is Take Me Home, Country Roads.
Oh yeah.
Please tell me that's in your set. Is that your set?
It's not in our set, but we have Fleetwood Mac in our set, so we do Go Your Own Way. And that team seems to get people revved up too. Like, everyone knows you can go your own way, and they sing along. It's really fun.
I still want to hear the Shallow. I never heard, like, you guys have to do that for your next cover video.
That one feels too soon and too dangerous. Who wants to compete with Lady Gaga?
But like that whole sequence where she's doing the like I'm off the D, like my throat hurts just hearing it. You know what I mean?
It definitely is a sing, Frankie.
And that is one where I think when they hear that guitar half of the crowd is like, oh, I love this song. And half the crowd is like, are they going to be able to pull this off? So it's always, it seems like it's an achievement when somebody can go up there and sing a song that, Lady Gaga sings, and Amanda can handle herself on stage. I will say that for sure. So.
It's a fun one for me. Like it takes a lot of work, but it is like singing that kind of stuff takes all your stamina, but it's also like it's a full diva moment. That's fun.
One of the best, one of the songs that is probably the most difficult to sing. First off, I don't sing. I just sing for fun, if we're doing a karaoke night or whatever. I tried Where the Wild Things Are by Luke Combs.
Oh, yeah.
And I almost passed out near the end because there's that part where he said, there's that like 20 seconds that he says all in one breath. And it's like a range where he's like, whoa, night, no, like that, all in one breath. I'm not going to say it here because it's people be like, I'm not listening to the show anymore. But that right there takes a lot of it's a workout. It really, really is a workout. Do you guys like before you go on stage, like do you guys do like vocal warm-ups or things like that?
Well, I would say that my vocal process was probably lacking until I met Amanda, who is a vocal coach. So I would say I'm recovering from my bad practices. She's got me in a bit of a habit now of doing some vocal exercises to kind of loosen up and moisturize the throat. I have a vaporizer now.
Nebulizer.
Nebulizer. I have throat spray. I didn't even know these things existed.
There's some funny videos on our Instagram of like us using a nebulizer, and like I don't think I've posted it yet, but there's a video of me forcing him to do a throat spray, and he's like, "What is this?" So all my little vocal tricks, I make him try. I mean, our show is really demanding, and so it's always amazing to me when someone has like incredible natural talent and doesn't really have a ton of formal training, but still has like epic vocal chops, which is James. And, for someone like me, who's the opposite of that, who has tons of training and has had to work really hard to get the voice that I have, sometimes I just like shake my head and go like, how is it that he is like getting this stuff with no formal training? It's so irritating.
Well, she's got me on the path here, so.
Well, like actors do that too, where you see some of their performances and you're like, this person never took an acting class. Like, how is that possible? Like, and there's even people who are like absolutely insane when it comes to like guitar or piano. And it turns out that they were self-taught. I'm like,
that's
what?
James.
You were all self-taught? Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How do you self-teach? I'm kind of wondering like how... It's one of those things that like it's probably hard to describe, but you're like, how do you sit down and go like, I'm just going to learn this, and then boom, you have it. Like, how do you go about that?
Honestly, I don't think I've ever really given it much thought, really, up until Amanda and I have had some conversations to this effect. I think it's just that when I was young, I loved to sing. And I don't know that I knew that I was a good singer necessarily, but you kind of get some positive reinforcement. I'll tell a quick little funny story. When I was like 6 years old in grade 1, I forgot a toy at the school. And then, and this is back when 6-year-olds walk to and from school by themselves. So I walk home and I forgot. I walk back, and it was the cleaning staff that met me at the door when I knocked on the door because the door is locked. And they said, Jamie, as I went by then, Jamie, we found your airplane. We'll give it back to you if you sing us a song. I remember this, and I just would have been like, okay, and I sang whatever. But and then I just at some point, I just enjoyed doing it. I'm sure anyone who fancies himself a singer, like it's just something you enjoy doing. And at some point, you get enough feedback from people to realize, okay, I think I'm kind of decent at doing that. I would say I had some doubts at puberty when my voice was changing. I'm like, that's it, I can never sing again. But you adjust and you figure that out. But no, I think I just tried to emulate the singers that I thought were really good, and just try different things, whether it's the vibrato or not, or wailing or doing some grunge singing or whatever. It's just, but to what Amanda was saying earlier, the shows that we do are really demanding. So it's one thing to sing a song that's demanding. It's another to sing 25 in a row and then do that 2 nights or 3 nights in a row. And that's where I think everybody could use like good practices, like good maintenance of your vocals, good self-care. That's what I'm learning from Amanda these days, is that if I want to continue to do this the way that I'm doing it, I have to be more intentional about, what I do as a singer.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it's one of the things that also when you're in a duo or in a band too, one of the things that's really, really key too is good chemistry, because like I can't really list any off the top of my head, but I'm sure I've seen some bands out there that you're like, do these guys even like each other? Like these guys look so miserable singing on stage. But you guys, even in like all the videos of you guys I've seen on YouTube, and I saw you guys, it was another podcast interview that I watched you guys on. You guys can feel, and then even just talking to you right now too, you guys have such natural chemistry, where you're joking around with each other, and that you're also, and then it's seeing it, what you're like behind the scenes, and then seeing you on stage and you're just killing it too. But what's it like balancing that? Because obviously you guys are really close and everything. What's it like balancing the, we're work besties or work friends or whatever it is, versus now where, we're just trying to be friends or whatever the case may be. Like, how do you guys kind of balance that out?
I mean, I would say that part of it is that you like being in a band with someone or a duo is a commitment. It's like you really have to like the other person if there's only two of you. And you sort of have to have an agreement about what the work ethic is going to be, or there's resentment that builds. I think in our case, we lucked out in that we both have the same work ethic, but we're good at different things. So I have specific skills that I'm good at, and he has specific skills that he's good at. And so it's pretty obvious for us who should do what. And I think, I sometimes joke that he's Captain Fun Times and I'm Little Miss Serious. And that's not entirely true. It's just like part of the yin and yang of our relationship. I'm definitely the person who needs to be looking far ahead and strategizing and things like that. And he is someone who, is more in the moment, which is actually good for me because I can get too serious at times. But mostly, I think the big thing that works for us is that our voices work together really well, and that's fun for us. It's really fun as a singer to sing with someone else who has the same power and capacity as you. And it's also fun to sing with someone who is really good at performing like more complex tunes, and who like loves to have a good time on stage. Both of us kind of forget our worries the moment we step out there and have a microphone in our hands, and we're not really afraid to be, I don't know how else to say this, but like cringe. Like I'm having a good time out there. I don't care how ridiculous we look. We like to party on stage because we treat every performance kind of like a gift. Like we're so grateful for the chance to do it. I don't know, James, you want to comment?
I think I would just add that, it's a business and we treat it like a business. And if you take care of the business, then it's easier just to have fun too. Like if it's not all chaos and you're organized and you honor the fact that there's work that we need to do. And if we do that, then we're not living in chaos. Like we can actually just have a good time and be ourselves on stage and knowing that we've taken care of the details. And, we're pretty open and talk about the idea that being a performer, being a recording artist today, it is a serious business. You won't get too far if you don't do the things that you need to do. And so I'm really grateful that we've got the two of us, because we both were solo artists and had to do it all on our own, and it gets really, really tough. But I think that just helps keeps everything kind of grounded, and then we can just have fun and enjoy what we're doing as we're doing it.
You're not wrong when you talk about like the friendship side of things. Like we're good friends to the point where like it does get a bit silly. Like I'm going to tell a hilarious story from the other night. So James lands in Mexico on, I think it was Saturday, and we got a big snowstorm here on Sunday. And all of a sudden, I'm not going to say the email, but I get this FaceTime call at midnight from a weird email address. And I'm like, this has got to be James from Mexico. And I answer the call, and it is him. And he's like, I got to see the snow. Show me how bad the snow is. Like just rubbing it in. And like, we goof around enough for it to be really lighthearted, and then we're sensible enough to get down to business when necessary. And I think that's probably the key.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. And like one of the things that you said earlier, Amanda, that really stood out is how you have a duo where you're both good at different things. You know what I mean? Like that's always really, really important. I mean, like, yes, there's one person, sometimes there's solo artists out there who can just do everything on their own, but there's sometimes that you're like, you need that other person with you to kind of balance you out. Like if you're making decisions all by yourself and saying, I'm going to do this, 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 and this, and then it's good to have someone else go, no, we shouldn't do it that way. We shouldn't do it that way. Like you're able to bounce ideas off of each other back and forth. How about the songwriting aspect of it? What's that whole process like?
So we've been doing a lot of songwriting lately, and I'll say that it's I think every song is a little bit different how we approach it. Like the more recently, Amanda's had some like pretty solid ideas, and then we get into a room and then we just see where that takes us. We've both written songs on our own. We've both written with different groups of people, and every co-writing situation is different. I think one of the things that's been really another sort of solid foundation for our group is that writing together has been like, I don't want to say effortless, but it's been easier than I think we've experienced in other situations. Like we're enough on the same wavelength with some things, but at the same time we can bring some different ideas and come up with something interesting. And so even before we formally did a duo, we had written songs before and released duets that we had done together and co-written other songs. There's another song on my album that Amanda and I had written together with another songwriter that I was doing as a solo artist. So I think that makes it fun too, that we can, the creative side of songwriting is just kind of works the same as the rest of our relationship.
No, absolutely. Amanda, how about you? How would you describe the songwriting process?
Like very similar for us. It's like we've kind of talked about themes that we want to sing about, and it's easy to kind of get in the weeds on those things. I think we both like the similar sounds, which is helpful. I also think we both appreciate not being stuck in one narrow lane. So we want to record songs that are kind of more rock influenced in terms of country, that are more pop influenced in terms of country, that are more Americana. We're kind of leaning in all the country genres here and there, depending on the song, because both of us have pretty eclectic tastes. We grew up listening to not just country, but all sorts of different artists. I have sung pop and jazz before, and I know James has done some rock and grunge stuff too. And so even though we call ourselves country, there's a broad spectrum inside of country. And also for us, when it comes to songwriting, there's very little ego in that space. Like both of us believe the best song wins. And we're like, Come Back, the song that's coming out on February 6th. We didn't write that. It was pitched to us by Sam Dabbs, who's an Ottawa songwriter. And when we consider cutting something that we didn't write, it's a big decision. But for us, the song, the bones of the demo that were shown to us made us feel like we could really do a great job with that song. And so it doesn't matter that we didn't write it because we connect with it so much. And both of us have had, stories in our past where we can connect with the theme of the song. And so I think I love the fact that we are all about what is the best song for us, not necessarily did we write it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a really, really good way to put it. And also, I really like it. How difficult is it if you're writing a song or producing a song similar to Comeback that you didn't write yourself? Like, is there a little bit more intimidation, maybe, I guess you could say, because you're like, these aren't my words. I want to make sure that I do it justice type thing, you know?
That's an interesting question. I mean, I think you want, there are a couple things that happen. One is that, you want the songwriters themselves to be pleased with how you treated their song, right? Like it was an idea that they conceived of and refined. We have to connect with it. And I mean, we made some little tweaks and adjustments. We sped it up. And of course, we're working with a producer as well who heavily influences what that song is going to sound like. So it's sort of a collaboration between the songwriter's ideas, sometimes that's us, and in this case it's other people, as well as how we as artists want to deliver it, and then the influence of the producer on how to make that song the best representation of what we can do. So there's a lot of different people in the mix, but I think the biggest thing for us is we've got to connect with the song. Like if we're gonna record and release a song, it's got to resonate with us, and the themes of that song just sort of hit home for us. And so it was an easy decision, and then you sort of make those refinements in how you record it and little tweaks here and there to be like, okay, now we've put our mark on this song, and we think we've taken it to another level, and now it part of what this is a representation of us as artists.
Yeah, I agree. Like we heard the potential in the demo. We made some minor lyrical changes and sped up the tempo so that it was like a little more playful sounding. We kind of loved the way that it was originally written as a solo song, but by dividing the lines the way we did, it kind of sounds like a musical argument. And so the way we sing it on stage, like we're singing at each other, like there ain't no way, we're making a comeback. You can do this, I can do that. There's no Ross and Rachel energy here sort of thing. There's all these 90s references, which make it fun. But we took their idea and hopefully, in their opinion, I hope they agree, turned it into something just even a little bit different. And it certainly works for two people now and makes it this like back and forth song about being totally done with someone, which we've all been in those scenarios where we've spent a lot of emotional energy on a relationship and then decided that is it. I'm not going back into this cycle ever again. The door is slammed. And that's what this song is like, a breakup song, but it's not sad. It's like celebrating. Bye.
So it's very Taylor Swift-esque. Like we are never, ever, ever
Yes.
getting back. Yeah.
And this song's been in our set since I think early in the summer, and the response has been really good. Like there's a lot of energy in the song, and people are connecting with that. So I think we made a really good decision to record this song, and I think our treatment of it just gets people interested. And we can see, I like to look at people's eyes, like when we're delivering some of the lines, some of the references, the 90s things, like just see people kind of light up, the Ross and Rachel thing, or there's a Blue Jays reference too, and there's Backstreet Boys reference, just like what different things that people connect with, right? So it's fun to see that people are engaged with it as you're singing it.
That's the best type of art, when people are able to look at it and go, yep, that's me. Like that's all, like that lyric right there. And also, especially with breakup songs and stuff like that too, there's so many people out there that are going to relate to it on so many levels. And that's really the best. Songs that you're able to listen to and feel something from it too is always a great thing. The Corcoran Entertainment Show is brought to you by Podmatch, the ultimate platform designed to connect podcast hosts with prospective guests effortlessly. Are you a podcaster looking to elevate your show to new heights? Or perhaps you're a guest hoping to share your story with a broader audience. Whatever your podcasting goals are, we have the perfect solution for you. Podmatch simplifies the entire process of discovering guests for your show or finding podcasts to feature your expertise. Now imagine a platform where you can easily match with like-minded creators tailored specifically to your niche. With Podmatch, you can effortlessly network with influencers and thought leaders, all while staying true to your podcast vision. There are a multitude of ways that Podmatch can help you grow your brand. You can be part of a thriving community of podcasters and potential guests. Engage, collaborate, and grow together. If you're ready to experience these fantastic benefits for yourself, we invite you to join Podmatch today. Head over to www.joinpodmatch.com/Corcoran Entertainment and sign up right now for only $6 a month. That's right, you heard me right, $6 a month. Join the Podmatch family today and watch your podcast soar to new altitudes. Thank you for tuning into the Corcoran Entertainment Show, and happy podcasting. This episode of the Corcoran Entertainment Show is brought to you by Holy Hydrogen, Okay, guys, let's be real. We all try our best to stay hydrated, right? But not all water is created equal. That's where Holy Hydrogen comes in. They've got this awesome device called the Lourdes Hydrofix Premium Edition, and it takes clean water to the next level by infusing it with molecular energy. That means you're not just drinking water, you're giving your body extra support with every sip, better energy, less inflammation, and a real boost to your immune system. So try the Lourdes Hydrofix Premium Edition today by going to shop.holyhydrogen.com/Corcoran and use the promo code Corcoran for $100 off your purchase. Again, that's shop.holyhydrogen.com/Corcoran and use the promo code Corcoran at checkout. Stay hydrated and stay healthy. So I'm super excited for you guys and all the awesome, all the great success that you guys have been having. I mean, first off, Mexico shows. You're also performing in North Bay, Ontario at the Capitol Center, April 26th. People can find all this stuff on your website, correct?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
Perfect.
amandaandjamesmusic.com.
Perfect. We will put that in the episode description. Just before we sign off, guys, Amanda, we'll start with you. Why should people listen to Comeback? And what would be like your sales pitch? Why people should listen to it or download it? We kind of talked a little bit about it, but I'd love to hear some more convincing.
Well, I think if people are ready for the return of like big soaring vocals like from the 90s, we're seeing the stuff from the 90s come back like with a vengeance. Like there's this big resurgence, 90s fashion, like all sorts of things. And I would say the same is happening in music. Like we've gone through an era for a bit where the vocal lines, the melody lines in songs were a bit smaller in range and a bit more subdued. And I feel like we're headed toward this shift back into big soaring, like sing along, belt your face off type vocals. And if that's what people love, like if they love that kind of music, I think they're going to love this song.
Perfect. James, how about you?
Well, I defy anyone to listen to that song and say that they can't relate, because I am pretty sure we have all been there. In a relationship, sometimes, you come back to it and you come back to it and it's not working. Like, okay, we're done. This is it. Like, there's no way that we should be in a relationship together, and you just slam the door shut. I think probably everybody has been there. And I think that's why people connect with the song that have at our show. Like, they're like, yep, I understand what that's all about. So I think it's just one that just connects with people. So I think that reason enough.
We think you should put it on in your car or in the shower and belt until you feel better.
Yeah, and you're singing it to your ex.
Yeah, or someone, like, it doesn't even necessarily need to be an ex. Someone you just don't want in your life anymore.
There you go.
Stand outside their house with the boombox over their head.
Yeah, John Cusack moment.
That's what I'm gonna do. Guys, this is fantastic. I'm super excited for you guys. Congratulations on all of the success that you've achieved and continue to achieve. Super excited for you guys. Thank you guys both for coming on. Where can people find you on social media? There's of course your website, which we'll put that in the episode description, but Instagram, Facebook,
we're at Amanda
LinkedIn.
and James Music pretty much everywhere. So you can find us on Instagram and even TikTok and Facebook. Usually at Amanda and James Music.
Perfect. So be sure to check that out, guys. Comeback releases tomorrow, February 6th. Be sure to download it on Apple Music, Spotify, your favorite music app of choice. Amanda, James, thank you guys so much for taking the time to come on, and can't wait to see all the amazing things that you guys are doing and continuing to do. And I hope, James, that you enjoy your trip down to Mexico. And I can tell he's I can see it in his eyes. He's just like, I'm so happy I'm not them.
Correct.
Well, thank you so much. From all the way here in Mexico, I'm really happy that you had us on the show. We're grateful for that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Frankie.
Yes, of course. My pleasure. My pleasure, guys. So everybody, thank you all for listening to the Corcoran Entertainment Show today. We will see you guys in the next episode. But until then, this is Frankie and Amanda and James signing off. Cheers, guys.
Bye.
So